What's going on? This is Andre from AndreSanders.net. Life is about living and not just existing. Now, statistically speaking, a lot of people would agree with this, but they really would not go about living that statement I just brought up. And what I mean by statistics is, listen to what Earl Nightingale had to say in The Stranger's Secret. You can listen to it on YouTube as far as, by the time people are at a certain age and at later years of life, they'll be sitting there like, man, what did I do with the rest of my life? And not really having a purpose. That's what it comes down to. Napoleon Hill mentions this so many times as well in his books. He also has, by the way, in his near the end of Think and Grow Rich, he has some self-analysis questions that people need to just really be honest with themselves. Not saying that you have to go and have somebody answer those questions for you, but he does suggest, so by the way, as far as somebody who really does know you pretty well, just in case you weren't too sure about a question, what their intake is, because it's pretty. In that sense, it's good to have a, what I say, like a third eye, in that sense, as far as I was gonna say somebody at outside, as far as that does know you, but as far as you really just working to improve yourself, because that's really what it comes down to. And then going back to my point, as far as living, not just existing. Napoleon Hill also mentioned in one of his books, Outweigh the Double. A lot of people just go through the motions of life, being a drifter, as he calls them. And it's sad. It's sad. People will, not saying there's anything wrong working with somebody, and that was your purpose as far as getting a certain job, so be it. That's the whole point. At least you have a purpose. A lot of people who are sitting there, or maybe there might even be stuck in businesses that they're not really passionate about anymore, or like I said, they might be working at a job that they're not passionate about, and they're just going through the motions. But if you see an opportunity to do better and you don't do something, that's just existing. That's not really living. I noticed this too, especially with a lot of successful entrepreneurs. They just try to just help get people the wake up call. Gary Vaynerchuk being one of them, and he's like, hey, you know what? I go really try to help the people that are sitting there complaining about something, but not really, and they know they should do something, but they don't. Now, I'm not going to say as far as some people would be quick to say oh yeah, but can't help those type of people. What I really mean is that he goes at those people as far as they know better, but they choose not to. There's a huge difference in that. And I know Robert Kiyosaki's mentioned that as well before, as far as really just thinking for yourself. It's one thing that you don't know any better, and then when you learn something, you then go take action. But if you do know better, you don't take any action. That's on you. Again, it goes back to what I just said a few moments ago. That's just existing. That's not living. Again, it also brings back to the point I just mentioned a few moments ago, as far as what is it that you want? What's your purpose? Once you find that, and once you go to seek after that, guess what? Now you're starting to go about as far as learning how to go about living other than this existing, other than just going through the motion of life, other than being a drifter. And that's something that you don't want to be, again, in your later years, sitting there saying coulda, shoulda, woulda, other than just really going out there and just giving it a shot. Not saying if you're in a job, just quit your job and just go after it. No, let's be honest. You can start, again, something Kiyosaki has always suggested over the years, as far as start part-time, whatever it is that you're looking for. Or as Jim Rohn said many years ago, you're working part-time in your fortune, but you're working full-time in your job. You can take that approach as well. So again, just throwing it out there. And again, it really does come down to if you're really serious as far as what you want, going about living life other than just existing. So if you gotten value for what we shared here, I'd love to read your comments below. Or like I said, this video. That being said, I will see you next video.